let's go ahead and introduce our players, who I think you will, once again, either hate or love. But, oh, it's a random player, I think. In the bottom right, it is the red Zerg player, Blasted T. His opponent, in the top right of Cactus Valley, Irish Express. Already going, is that some sort of alcoholic drink? Then again, every drink in Ireland is some sort of alcoholic drink. So, it sounds like one. It looks like he's already going for the economic play. Both players opting for the CC and the hedge first, respectively. So we've got a macro, at least the makings, the foundation for a macro game on our hands. Okay. We now see still no gas. Actually, gas first out of Irish Express, so he's going to be teching up very quickly, it looks like. Now, Cactus Valley, you have this front. You can wall off pretty easily. Thank you, Foxbox, for the sub. So it's not the riskiest thing to go for a CC first. It's not only because of the layout, but because of the fact it's a four-player map, which means the overlords won't necessarily be there to see what you're doing, and you won't necessarily be at risk of being punished for it. So the overlords go in the other direction. Of course, this other one going towards the north. But by the time he sees that this is going to be a command center first, Blasted T is not going to be in a position to do anything about it. He's just going to have to maybe take another base of his own, whatever he decides to do. Alright, we got some gas out as well. Looks like he's going to be working towards Zergling speed. One of the staple upgrades of the beginning of the game. On the other side, he has... Irish Express has reached that 100 gas marker. He has 400 minerals, but that's neither here nor there. A bit of a non-committal sort of wall-ins here. But the orbital has started. Orbital on the other side. What a perfectly timed out build. The first Zerglings are coming up. This Overlord has scouted the positioning of his opponent. Alright, first Zergling's coming up. The bunker is already there. We have an engineering bay on the way. The hallmark of especially lower level Terran players, but just Terran players in general, if they want to go to a later game, not even the third command center, you get an engineering bay before like the 4-minute mark in this matchup in particular. And then you have no intention of attacking. That could have been a barracks. That could have been a starport. It's an engineering bay, and I feel like we're going to see at least one. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Calm down. That's 4 command centers. Can I get another one? Well, he doesn't have the money yet, but I'm gonna hedge my bets. I'm gonna say before the end of this game we're gonna see at least 3 planetary fortresses. He's starting the building armor at a the 4-minute mark. He's really investing in a strong infrastructure. But in one of the few cases nowadays, I would say this is a good thing. I would rather he be investing in the military. But unfortunately, going straight for that infrastructure, so a siege tank, he has no intention of attacking at all. So his opponent has a handful of roaches. He has a lair on the way. The worker count, oh yeah, this fancy overlay, you can see 36 to 26. That tank gonna make it impossible to put on any pressure. We already have the turrets on the way. So now it's a tried and true strategy. At the lower levels of StarCraft, one of the most difficult things to learn is pretty much not how to crack open your own skull by bashing your head repeatedly against walls, against planetary fortresses, against tanks. One of my most common questions, Winter, how do you kill a Terran player that has like 7 planetary fortresses and tanks? Well, the answer is not by moving 50 roaches repeatedly. But despite me saying that, it seems to happen most of the time. Okay, that's one. One planetary fortress right off the bat. Do we have high-sec auto tracking queued up? Not yet. But he's gonna go down towards his third base. We have, wow, he's putting a turret ring on it right now. Oh my god, it even has depth to it. You don't see that very often. Usually just cover the edges. No, he's got depth on that turret ring. The TPM is through the fucking roof right now. His turrets per minute is absolutely incredible. I think we're actually going to reach over... We're at 2. This might be a new Bronze League Heroes record. We're at 2 TPM. Almost. We're almost there. We're not quite there yet. But we're nearly at 2 TPM. So, incredible. High-sec auto-tracking now being researched. Range on the turrets. Range on the planetaries combined with that armor. Yeah, the depth here. So I'm not sure. He's got 2 mutas on the way. I don't want to call things early. I get really annoyed when casters are already calling a game or calling moves before they're made. But I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction that these mutas aren't going to find too much damage. I'm going to go ahead and say they're not going to get very much done, and he's going to have to find another choice. All right, that TPM continuing to raise. He's at 15, so that's 2.1 TPM so far, and it is growing. Can we reach 2.5? This is astounding. This is a watershed moment for Terran architects everywhere. The planetary's on the way. As the Zerg army continues to come together, he's got 52 workers to 48. Blasted T, oh, for a second, whenever you build a bunch of units, your APM goes through the roof, is how it works. So. Alright, and there are those key upgrades. We've got the Corvid reactor. We've got the recalibrated explosives. And we have a Viking instead of any Ravens. He does have gas. Both these players, as you can see, it's been a slugfest so far. Infinitely more units lost by our Zerg player. Not entirely sure how he plans to recover. But he's got the mutas and he's ready to use them. Alright. What is that TPM at now? It's still hovering around 2.1. Unfortunately, we don't have a tab for that. We got to do the manual calculation. I'll suggest it to Blizzard. The 2 Marine counterattack is on the way. I don't know what's a 2. Why am I blanking on like sick partner duos that are iconic? I can't believe like that. Before Starsky and Hutch. Never actually watched that show. Okay, the turret depth. He's trying to fly by, but the turret depth is there. The TPM paying off as every single Mutalisk just no, every single one, and that's good because he had no other anti-air to kill that last Muta. I have no idea where the Viking went, but it's not over here. Oh, the Batman and Robin, the Bonnie and Clyde. Are taken out, and they find the hidden base in the bottom left corner. So, already on point. Unfortunately, doesn't really have any way to deal with it. What is this going to be? Ooh, baby. All right. And another one. And that's not going to go very well either. This is fine. Like, he's starting to get a feel for exactly where this game is going. This planetary fortress is going to rack up some kills. Knock the Zerglings away. Get off my lawn, motherfuckers. Okay. So, he's only lost a few. At this point, you got to start realizing maybe we're going to need to try another strategy. The Marines cower in the corner. And Blasted T continues to build a tremendous tremendous amount of units. But once again, well, the correct answer. Now we're gonna take it back for a sec. The correct answer to this type of style of play, you have to go to the late game. Brood Lords, Vipers for Blinding Cloud on turrets and planetaries, Queens, creep spread literally everywhere. Anything else, you just should not be able to really break through. You can if you catch them, but it's unlikely. So this planetary is up. Another Zergling counterattack, a great idea, but he does not have any upgrades. Well, he has +1 air armor and attack, but the beautiful turrets creating a bit of a gauntlet. Not that these Zerglings were really. I like how he brings. This is how you know he's done this before. More than once, much more than once. He's bringing an SCV with each one of these command centers. He's bringing an SCV along. He's already prepared. The TPM continues to skyrocket. We're now at, oh my god, he's about to reach 3. We got 29 with 2 in the production tab, 2 more on the way. We're almost at 3 TPM. This, before it was a watershed moment, we're witnessing a phenomenon right now. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I should be charging you guys just to watch this. Well, technically, if it's on YouTube, there's an ad. Anyway, no one has ever done this in the history of Star. Unfortunately, this base is going to die. I take it back. I take it back. And the TPM, well, the optimism is pretty great as well. But remember, these turrets have +2 armor, so they're not pushovers here. But the Roach Hydra should help out a bit. It does pick up another Mutakill before finally getting knocked down. Whoa! Okay, we got some more turrets where that came from. Remember, these still have the building armor. Oh, and he's ransacking the main. The Ravens flying in. A murder of Ravens. And the turrets are there. The Hydras are coming back to engage. Not sure that's the best move here. And, oh, remember, he has the recalibrated explosives. And some more turrets. The shot comes out. It doesn't really connect on that much, but these turrets are absolutely murderous. That was not a cost-effective exchange there. If we look in the units lost tab, we see our Zerg player. Not as cost-effective. Not as cost-effective. It's 124 units lost to 8. So that's... yeah. So he's gonna need to go a different direction with this as Irish Express continues. The TPM now. We're over 3. We're at 3.1, 3.2. I'm not sure if it's sustainable to continue to raise the TPM, let alone sustain it as it is, but we will see. The Hydra is done. Oh, the main base, everything but the lair, pretty much. Well, the lair, the spawning pool, and the Roach one survived. A couple of the Evo chambers, the Hydra is done. Hydralists themselves, all of the drones. Not so lucky. Blasted, you can tell he's a big fan of the Select All Army hockey. Based on his unit movements, he might have to break himself of that habit if he has any chance of victory. We have the repairs coming out for the Ravens. Blasted, not really embracing this game so far. Irish Express, most of his supply is in SCVs here. He's got 85, which is a bit on the high side. Do we have some Seeker missiles? Will they connect? We got some Seekers in the midst of the pack. A couple on the Hydras. A couple on the Corruptors. Big hits coming through. Will absolutely obliterate most of this army. The rest should be tucking their tail between their legs and going home. They don't do so, so the punishment for such hubris is fiery death. But, so we're gonna go ahead and look at that units lost. Once again, a bit of a disparity on the units killed tab. I don't expect that gap to close anytime soon. All right. And it looks now like Blasted has realized it took several tries. He had to be beaten again and again, but he's finally got it into his head. This is where we're going with this game. And he's getting not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 new hatcheries and a new car. Oh, okay, thank you. Cobra BM for that sub as well. Thank you for joining us. So, quite literally every base on the map will be taken. Okay, Hydralisk still not a great counter to planetary fortresses. This one only has 9 kills. We got 32 over here. The PDD is doing a pretty great job as well. Well, unfortunately, he's out of position there. But the PDDs run out pretty quick. The Seeker Missile slams in, but it doesn't kill that many of the Hydras. And every Raven that goes down is a couple hundred gas. This base, unfortunately, this Predator drone about to be outshined. I guess you could say it was getting too hot. As this game continues, Irish Express with most of the bank, whereas Blasted a little bit more with his liquid assets. The drone count 61 to 96 in favor of the SCVs, actually. And there it is. The latest game, the Fusion Core, is on the way. Will this be? Thank you, GXNet. Thank you.
These puns are spicy.
We're going to need something to spice this up, because this game has taken a turn, and that turn has been into the senior home and slowed down by a significant margin as both these players... Well, to his credit, Irish Express has expressed a very solid plan from start to finish so far. All 17 minutes have been Irish understanding what he wants to do and how he wants to do it.
Your dedication will
The rest of it has been Blasted kind of figuring it out. He has a lot of leeway here. He has a lot of space. This is almost literally the largest map in the pool. It's a 4-player map. There are plenty of bases. I'm going to go ahead and just off the top of my head, it's 16, right? Yeah, it's 16 bases. At least we're not on honor grounds. As the double command centers come in, unfortunately, command centers are quite hard countered by hatcheries. And Hydra gets roasted. You can tell all his hatcheries are in the same hotkey, unfortunately. But there are no upgrades, by the way. There are no weapons or armor upgrades yet. There's the first one. Ship weapons is on the way for Irish Express. Oh my god, the Hydras are attacking in. One planetary goes down. He does realize what's happening. PDDs on every side. The Seeker missiles are coming in. They're going to slam directly into the faces of the Hydras. They will be swept away, and they're definitely going to need a makeover after that one. So, how many... And some more Hydras decide to offer their blood for the blood god. Unfortunately, didn't really get too much done there. That planetary up to 24, the other at 17 kills, and most of those are Hydralists at this point. And if at first you don't succeed, you are a failure. But he's going to try again. 27 more Hydras are on the way. No parasitic mount. We got... So, Irish has let Blasted take a small fragment. A small fragment of his side of the map, but he's locked down everything else. So the Hydralisk, there's banks on either side. There's money in the bank. Of course, Irish Express has a lot more of it. But both players... Okay, well, this is not going to help. Also, Blasted is not maxed out, unfortunately. This base should go down before the turret's timeout. Yeah, we'll get there. Was that the Ultralisk Cavern dying? That's kind of important. Nope, it wasn't, because he didn't have a hive. Right? Something died. Okay, more Hydras are coming in from the side. He still has energy for Seeker missiles. He will slam into the Hydras, but that's not all of them. And he's not overground, so we can't actually launch the turrets quite yet. The Seeker missiles are there. He's going around the right-hand side. Good micro away from the Seekers. That's going to get him another kill or two on the Raven. But the Seekers are coming out again. This is actually a good... This is the best engagement so far by Blasted. As he's able to pick off half a dozen, maybe more Ravens. Yeah, the turrets are going to help out, but... Not so bad. That was a good one. Of course, it came at the cost of his base. About 20 of his workers. He's not really mining gas. He's actually mined out of gas at 2 of his first 3 bases, and the only reason he didn't mine out of his main is because it was ransacked earlier by the Ravens. But Irish deciding to replace his lost supply with 5 Battlecruisers. So, it appears Irish has put in a collect call to the fleet. And he's going to have the capital ships coming through. The Hydras, once they have their upgrades... Well, the Hydras have upgrades right now. The upgrades aren't bad. We got 2-2, 2-2. I'm not sure if there are any area units, but... So they can fight a few Battlecruisers without PDD, without Seeker, but Blasted's still not going up to any other tech besides Hydralisk, which I mean, it's obviously a mistake, but it's not impossible to win that way. It's just improbable. So, never say never, I think was said by one of the great philosophers of our time, the Beebs. So, as this is optimistic. We have a live pot roast. The Planetary picking up 22 of the kills. The Hellbat's taking the rest. Oh, good airtime on that one. Yeah, not bad. He's been working on that. That was at least a triple on that Zergling. He got some decent air. All right. Another base is being taken. The Hydralisk in the production tab pain me, but it's the path he has chosen. So we shall see. The Ravens continue on their quest. The Hydralisk, he still has the Zerglings. I'm not entirely sure what the Zerglings are here for. Got to get that one turret, though. This is going to make the difference. Okay, here we go. Are the Hydras going to respond? He has approximately 97 turrets, give or take, to put out here. So this Hive should fall. Does he have any Hive tech out on the map? I don't believe he does. He's going to have to start from scratch. And by scratch, I mean literally scratch, because he might lose his spawning pool. Okay, he saves the spawning pool. You know, it's not a great situation when you're 23 minutes in, you have 7 bases, and you're legitimately concerned about your spawning pool. But the fleet has been called as Irish continues down this road. And we go into minute 24, 25. And I almost guarantee you 26 and 27 are right around the corner. This game shows no signs of stopping, and it's just now heating up. He's got the creep spread. There are plenty of Ravens for detection. He can sweep through the creep. Don't worry about that. That's what they trained him to do at University of Phoenix. 3 more layers are on the way. Now, here's a professional Gold League player thought. Did you know layers have 250 more HP than a hatchery? Did you know that a hive has 500 more than a hatchery? So why don't pro players just get hives at all of their bases in order to protect them? Why didn't they think of that? Why do I have to think of it? Noobs these days. Oh, the one Whittle Mine. The same Whittle Mines from earlier, by the way. Oh, he's going deep in the paint. All right, he's running the gauntlet. He's made his bed, and now he's going to lie in it. Thank you. Another set comes out. Beautiful BC blink. Well, he did lose a couple of the BCs. The Amatos are coming out. A little bit of a farewell present there. I'm not sure where the Phoenixes, the Ravens went. Okay, they were just chilling. This base is actually mounting, like... There's 3 bases on either side have been mined out. Like, there are 18,000 minerals in the bank for Irish Express, but it's really about the gas. Making mineral-based units, well, Hellions wouldn't hurt, but, like, in the long run, making mineral-based units is not as effective as maintaining gas units. Okay, now just ballpark, guys. How many units do you think have been lost out of our Zerg player? Did you say 374? Because you are... Where's the button? Wrong! As am I, because it's 432. That's a very high number of units, at least so far. Well over 420. A couple more Seekers are coming out. He's going to get the Ravens. And oh, beautiful draw on the Seeker missile. And it will hit some of those Ravens, soften them up. He's actually mostly out of energy. Another Seeker will come in. Will he be able to draw it away in time? Another set of beautiful micro. The Planetary joining the party, unfortunately. He might be able to take it out. There is... He's drawn a wedge. Now... Don't... It's just a whisper. It's a whisper. But he's cut off the army from the other side. Now there's almost... He's mined out of a 4th base. But he's cutting off the armies. They're just hanging out over on this side. I think he's confident he can hold a couple more planetaries, but blasted. Striking forward. He's got a long way to go. But every journey must begin with but a single step. Or in the case of Hydralisk, more like a slither action type of thing. How do they even... They must have, like, incredible core strength, by the way, to kind of move around like that. Anyway, they got big heads, too. He's going for another planetary. This planetary is, the +3 Hydras are kind of ripping through. He gets through another side. There's another planetary, and he's unlocked level 2. While our Terran hero continues. I mean, he doesn't care. This base is out of gas. It's pretty much out of minerals. This base is completely mined out. This base is starting to run out of the gas as well. Like, he doesn't care about minerals. He's got minerals to burn right now. Okay? And then everybody, of course, all the Terrans asking him, why don't you go ahead, why don't you spend some of those minerals helping the neighborhood? Instead of putting spinning rims on a gold jet ski. And to that he says, look at all those Hydralisks are coming up. They're going for this base again. He's sticking with the Hydralisk strategy. Oh, he called in the fleet, but the planetary is going to go down. This might be a mistake. And this is actually not a... The Ravens are not here. The Hydralisk can win this fight. One of the very few fights in which they win, but he jumped literally into it head first. This is best case scenario here for blasting, as he blasts these Battlecruisers out of the sky. A bit of questionable decision making there. He's got about 1 fuck ton more command centers on the way up here. His base was mostly mined out, but we're now getting to some of the more meaningful bases. There are more planetaries where that he calls in 2 more Battlecruisers. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Now is when you start having questions. There were no questions before when you killed the 5th, the 6th, the 7th planetaries. No, it's when you get here. Excuse me? I'm not sure if he's really justified in questioning anything anymore, but at least now he's woke. So I guess that's something. In the face. And another one. And, whoa, okay, Ravens in the net. Unfortunately, there's pretty much nothing here that matters as we continue down this road. The Hydras are coming back. He doesn't have that many. He doesn't have fuck you Ravens anymore. He has please step aside Ravens, but he most definitely doesn't have fuck you Ravens. He had fuck you Ravens, but now he just has the this is going to be a minor inconvenience, and you're going to need to take those antibiotics for at least 2 weeks type of ravens. But yeah, he needs to, if you could not. Yes, he implores, but he does escape. It's going to cost him several of his ravens. These Hydralisks are cheaper. Not by that much, but they are cheaper. And can I get a 550? Oh, so close. Very close, but he couldn't push in. There's still the Battlecruisers protecting him. He is expanding to the top left corner, the north. I feel it's more appropriate in a game of this length. It's not the top left corner. It's the northwest corner. At this point, this feels like some sort of international journey as opposed to just a quick, intense StarCraft match. So we're going to start using fucking compass rose directions for everything as he attacks towards the east side. And I'm not entirely sure killing those planetaries is in your best interest. The Battlecrew called in the fleet. He jumps into one of the southern bases. Please. He asks again. He petitions him. Desperate. But that means he no longer has the jump. These Battlecruisers are going to die. And he only has, I say only, but he only has 1,600 gas in the bank. These BCs have 3-3. I don't actually think it's cost-effective to get the Yamatos off, because I think you do more DPS. Like, the overkill on the Yamato is too high. So I don't think it's actually worth it to Yamato Hydras in this situation. But, maybe. I'm not sure. And this is a surprisingly even fight that the Battlecruisers will win by a very small margin, all things considered. As he's still... It's been Hydralisks all day, all the time, every meal of the day. Breakfast, I'd like some scrambled Hydralisks. Lunch, I'd like Hydralisks and a club sandwich. Dinner, I'd like my Hydralisks well done by a slow roast of planetary fortresses and Battlecruisers. He's just covering all his bases, quite literally, with Hydralisks. So, once again, not sure I agree with the strategy, but whatever works for him. Alright. Yes, this base getting ambitious. Is he just now realizing that there's a base here? It's already half mined out. And another... and the jump. Now, he hasn't mined any of the gas. This is actually quite an oversight. If he had mined that gas, he limits the precious resource. The scarcity of gas will be the end of this game at this rate. And, oh my. So he could have... He had the option to move his Battlecruisers away. But in a show of confidence, he didn't. It was conscious decision, I'm sure. As the Trail of Tears begins for the SCVs on creep. Will they make the journey? Will their people survive? No. No, they will. They are not gonna make it. Tragically, but it's a cruel world. As the fleet of Ravens, he's back up to nearly fuck you Ravens. This isn't quite fuck you Ravens, but they have a lot of energy. They're very vigorous. They're very energetic. They're ready. But they're relatively low in number. So, they're kind of like millennials. They could get a lot done if they put their mind to it, but they're not very well organized, all right? And a lot of the times, they're just downright lazy. All right. The turrets will clear up a lot of the drones. Not that I think he really needs that many drones. There's only... This base is completely mined out. I think he sees that and he says, okay, wait a second. Do I even need to be here? This is, And that Seeker's going to connect right in the middle. He tried to get... Oh, it actually disconnected. He got out of tracking range. Is he making roaches? Did I just see roaches produced? I'm wondering... Those had to be panic roaches right there, because making roaches at this point in the game is kind of like being up 28-3 against Tom Brady. You're trying to make the plays, but you've got this sneaking suspicion it might not be enough. As we're 35 minutes into the match, and we haven't even reached the third quarter. Oh, God. All right. Don't worry, he made like 4 layers, so he has plenty of layers left over. So what is it? What are the units? Let's just take stock. Can I get, wait, 700? Nope, so close. 678 as we continue down this road. The roaches will tank a lot. Ooh, and he micros the BC. Where did he put the BC, though? I honestly have no idea where that battlecruiser went. Oh, it went like 2 feet away. He could have jumped wherever he wanted. He moved out of his house. He moved out of his mom's basement, and then he went and slept in the garage. Like, the battlecruiser jumped from here to here. You gotta try harder than that. As the Ravens move in, the bases are mining out. Wait, are there any minerals on the map? Okay, wait a second. Is there any gas left? There is no gas on the top half of the map. There are 2,000 points of Vespene gas. There is 4,000 Vespene gas in these 2 extractors, in these 2 geysers here. There is a couple thousand here. So all of the gas access right now, Blasted is in control of it. And that gas is life. Alright, gives them complete control over the entire outlook of this game. He's long-distance mining minerals. I'm not sure that's necessary. There's only 85. He has no more gas. He just has these Ravens. He's losing the Ravens. You can't lose. But now we can make Hellions. Now you make Hellions. Now is the time. The Ravens finally die. That thorn in his side has been extracted. He is a free man, bound no longer by the shackles of those who look down upon him. The Ravens. Are you still mining? He says as his Hydralisk is killing all the SCVs. Long distance mine. Wait, I take it back. There is 570 gas here, 570 gas here. So there's still gas. There's a few thousand left on the map. There's only a few hundred minerals now. Yeah, there are probably 2,000 or 3,000. Oh, wait. Once again, this base comes into play. The main still has 700-800 minerals. There is 1,600 gas in this geyser. So there are now, there might not be the easiest to get access to. They might not be the most convenient. But if they drill deep enough in this game, they might be able to extract some of that precious Vespene gas to give them control over everything they can get a hold of. He's building barracks. No, build Hellions! God damn it! He's building one Hellbat at a time. He doesn't have gas to build factories. But he also doesn't have gas. He also doesn't have gas to get stim, add-ons, combat shield, any upgrades. And nothing like the 40-minute Marine You are so goddamn far from a tie. Not only do you have money in the what do you mean I don't know if I can kill that? You've killed planetaries with much less and at much higher cost. What do you mean? Is he faking them out? Is this a head fake right here? Is there even enough? Okay, there are 900 minerals. Does that justify investing? It's only 25 drones to 16 SCVs, so 19 roaches on the way. The upgrades are 2-3 on the Hydras and the roaches, which means you're going to need a red army of Marines to throw in front of those roaches and Hydras, and you're going to lose a lot. Oh my god, there are still Ravens. Where did these come from? I didn't do this on purpose, guys. I legitimately thought they were all dead. He still had Ravens. This game is far from over. And Blasted now realizing at the same time as me. I didn't even see him. Okay, these Ravens are the wild card here. Oh, this changes everything. A few good Seeker missiles, some auto turrets. If he babysits these Ravens with PDD, this game is not over. This game, he just pulled that right out of his hat right there. Okay. He's making 9 mutas, but 9-10 mutas against auto turrets. Not gonna do shit puts it very nicely. That's a lot of Hellions. That's a lot of Marines. He still isn't money. He has no access to gas at all. And the gas is slowly but surely, as Blasted is rediscovering the bases, the once and future bases. So... yeah, the TPM, how many turrets? We still have 28 turrets on the map. I think at one time, the TPM reached 3. That was the high point of this game, but we've had many others. Can he launch some Seekers? The Widowmine's continuing to get value. One Seeker comes out and another one. Will he be able to micro away? Good micro. But it will get the kills on the Hydra. Kill secured. But the Hellions on the high ground. The Roaches are in front, but once again, you cannot fight. The Ravens are the kicker. As Blasted is now at 0 APM. Is he typing? He's literally at 0. He spent a couple seconds just calming himself down. But both these players chilling at dozens of APM on average. Yeah. Well, on average, about 120. But that was back in the I'm going to make 45 Hydralists, 70 Lings, and then lose them all phase of the game. Those Ravens cannot be out alone. Every Raven lost is precious. He cannot rebuild it. He has 83 gas. He must have repaired one Raven. He doesn't even have enough. He can't even take damage because he can't repair it. If he tries to repair, then it's going to take some of his gas. And surprisingly, if you look at the supply, this game is a lot more even than anybody would have expected, even at the 30-minute mark. As we've reached 44, 45. The Hellions killing an inconsequential base. The army coming across. Oh my god. This division of... he has 92 Marines with 0-0 upgrades, no combat shield, and no stim. But that's a lot of bodies that need to hit the floor as they march across. That is just a lot of Marines. Where are the Ravens? The Ravens are not here, but he still has a significant amount of minerals. Not like this is a very weird fight for this time in the game. The Hellions are adding an intense amount of damage. The Roaches were at the back, not in the front. They weren't taking the damage. The Hydralists actually dying in relatively high numbers. The Ravens are now making their play. Did he leave some Ravens at home? He left a couple at home. Being very conservative with those. And we're at 90 to 90 supply after that exchange. This base most definitely going to go down alongside the majority of the drones left. Okay, like half of them. As the exchange continues. The Hydras and Roaches, like, this can still go either way. This could still even end in a draw. There is that potential where neither player is capable of, like, if the Ravens die, then we could get to the point where Irish has no more minerals, cannot build any more units, but at the same time, Blasted just can't kill these planetaries. And at that point, there will be no more minerals left. He's fighting the planetaries now. He had a lot more earlier, but he's decided I guess better late than never. And the roaches are tanking a lot of the damage. The planetaries are racking up kills. We still got some scans coming out. We have another base down here. It's 14 workers to 12. We're still going. We are 45 minutes into this, and honestly, I can't tell you who's going to win. Because the supply, Irish Express, is at 125. But of that supply, 64 is in completely unupgraded Marines. These Marines are 100% throwaway units. If all of these Marines get 5 kills on Roach Hydra, that's already impressive. Because they have +3 armor. They're doing 1 damage to a Roach and 2 to a Hydra per attack. I mean, that's still 64 attacks, but the Roach Hydra is just going to rip right through them. I think we're going to see that in just a moment. Alright, still 148. He's got 84 Marines now. The Roach Hydra is going to come down. He can fight that with no stem, with no upgrades. As you can see, they're desperately trying to even deal with the front line. 1 Roach dies. 1 Roach died. That was it. Like, upgrades are pretty good. That's you know what? I do videos on upgrades, how important are upgrades. I should just show that clip. Because 1 Roach was the entire casualty between the Roach Hydra. Yeah, he gets a scan. Yes, it's still there. But there's still... there are still the Ravens. The Ravens are 100% the wild card. The Ravens are the ticket to victory. It's a narrow path. The gas geysers, these are some of the last ones. There's still several thousand gas on the map. Between the geysers and the main. At this base. Like, if somehow Irish could get a hold of this, get 5 or 6 more Ravens. But we're under 4,000 gas left. I wish there was a counter, like, where you could see exactly how much was left. But, oh my god, these Widow Mines. Another one goes down. The unupgraded Marines. That's all he can build. He's down to his last 1,500 minerals. He had 20,000. How the mighty have fallen. The market has just not been kind to Irish Express. And now for the first time, he's going to combine the Marines and the Ravens. He needs to go for the Wombo combo. The PDDs are going to help. Some casual turrets coming out. The Marine force is stepping forward. There's some Zerglings in front. He's stepping onto the creep, though. Will he fight? PDD's coming out. We got Seeker Missiles as well. The Seeker Missile on the Overseer. He could have drawn that in. He didn't. Where did the Ravens go? But he lost all the Ravens. That's... Is that it? Critical mistakes there. He has no gas. He's down to his last 11 minerals. This has to be a victory for the Zerg. That's it. That's game. That's check. He has 2 Ravens. Okay, when he had 10 Ravens, I still thought there was not even close to an insignificant chance. 2 Ravens. He has retreated to... He's, well, let's put it this way. They're knocking on the doors of Berlin now. There's still 4 planetary fortresses. There's still some resources left on the map. There's still gas. He still has to kill all his buildings. That's not... nothing. I don't... But there's no brood lords. There's 913 units of Irish Express have been killed. 458, wait, the other way around. 458 of Irish Express and 913 of Blasted. The vast majority of those being Marines. Over almost 100,000 resources have been lost. He's going in. He's... Ooh. And the Widow Mine's hit. He's holding the gates. There's nothing that outranges a planetary here. I mean, he could just make lurkers or broodlords. Well, he really doesn't have that much gas, is the thing. There's 1,000 gas here. This is the real key. The 1,500 gas here. No, he's attacking it! No! Anything but! The Marines are coming. The Marines are barely a footnote here. As, we're gonna... Where's my plus button? No, don't do it. Don't you just... Oh, my. I don't usually like to do this, but... He's taking out the Widow Mines bit by bit. We got some long-distance mining happening here. Oh, where did those 2 ravens... Oh, the Seekers! Ah! Oh my god! And they hit maximum damage. The planetary combining as well. He hasn't... Now... Now, don't... Anybody watching this right now, wherever you might be watching this, don't you dare get on your high horse now. Be like, well, if he just made a Broodlord, if he just made some Lurkers, well, guess what? He's made Hydras the entire game. I think there is a legitimate possibility he doesn't know what a Broodlord is. What? 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 Ah! What is happening? What do you mean leave your shit alone? He's long distance mining with mules. Are the ravens? He still has the 2 ravens. One has a seeker. I don't... No, I want to point out. Irish Express. Oh, so this is how you do. Oh. Oh, watch this. Oh! There. I was wondering how to do that. I'm getting better with this overlay, guys. It's a fancy one. I don't know all the stuff yet. I watch it. I don't usually play it. But just feast your eyes. 337 Zerglings, 411 Hydras, 62 Ravens, 248 Marines, 28 Battlecruisers. Irish has said nothing. That's what I wanted to point out, is Irish has said nothing in this entire match besides the very beginning. So wait, what other fancy? Now's not the time. Oh, fancy. Okay. So he's buying time with... Not another one. Oh! I can't believe this is happening. Ah! He's long distance mining with mules. He's actually gotten enough to somewhat repair. Once again, I stand by. He might not actually know what Broodlords are. He's building Ravagers for the very first time. He might be taking out his Prima strategy guide and saying, what units can I build against a Turtle Terran? Who knows? He seems to have the nubile naivety of a new player, yet wet behind the ears and not jaded and bitter by the realities of StarCraft, and convinced that whatever race he has decided to play on this day is the least powered one. He seems too kind to make Broodlords. As the Ravagers come out and he starts to test the usage of Corrosive Bile. How many minerals do we have left on this map? These 2 ravens. If he had like 4, if he just hadn't lost those ravens earlier, this game... How much money does he have? He doesn't have any money. He's not mining. He has minerals over here. He could mine more minerals. Oh my god. He takes a hit from a corrosive bile. The Ravagers continue. I told you at the beginning you would either love or you would hate me. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I knew it would be a roller coaster. So, this is not the greatest. Well, he saved his drones by sacrificing his hydras. Not sure about that trait. Not sure about that trait. Oh, and he gets another Ravager as we watch him struggle to break this position. And more turrets are coming out. He's continuing to get the kills. He's now taking the care of his Ravens that he should have when they were many more times in number. And he's gonna mine out the minerals with his own mules! Ah! This is a thing that you but whisper about. He can outrange the planetaries. He's now figuring that out. He's long distance. We're gonna run out of minerals. The planetary burns. There's no more gas. He needs to be mining this gas. He's working on it. These two Ravagers are all of his attention right now. As Irish Express is at 0 APM. Okay, not anymore. As Blasted very confident in his tactics. Maybe a bit too confident, if I might mention. The last bastion of defense has finally been broken. As we hit the 1 hour mark, there are a grand total of 3 mineral patches left on this map. 3. 4. Never mind. As I'm pretty sure. Okay, Irish is at 0 APM. Where's the no, how do you do the APM thing? Oh, there you go. So I'm not sure Blasted is in a position to realize that now. We're gonna go ahead and speed things up and see if he can't quite figure out how to hit the. There we go. The Ravens move out of the way of the corrosive bomb. You gone? Little does he know. In a true show of in his final act as the Turtle Terran, Irish Express will leave the building. He drops the microphone. He won't give his opponent the satisfaction of a tap out. He's gonna get dragged down into it. The 13, you know, it might look like oversaturation, but this is actually almost perfectly saturated. Can I go faster? How long does this take? You have to kill all the damn building. The victory lap continues. Break out the champagne. Bring the midgets in. Right now, I think he just now realized that his opponent was gone. Yeah, and he brings everything in. I don't. He has 0 APM. He's in there for a while. 4 mutas are on the way. Oh, the cherry on top of this journey. For those of you that made it this far, I want to thank you for sharing in this experience. I want to remind you that You're not here for the best of the best, but instead, the best of the worst. As 2 buildings remain, Irish has been missing, possibly killed in action 10 minutes ago. As we have mined out everything but 2 gas geysers and 4 mineral patches on Cactus Valley over the last 70 minutes. The command center, how long will it take them to find the other one? We've seen 343 Zerglings, 419, 94 drones, 343 Lings, 419 Hydralisks, 5 OVs, 11 Overseers, 36 Mutas, 52 Roaches, 11 Corruptors, 2 Ravagers, 9 Queens, 12 Extractors, 50 Creep Tumors, 2 Roach Warrens, 1 Infestation Pit, not to mention 3 Hydralisk Dens, 2 Spawning Pools, 5 Evolution Chambers, 1 Hive, 2 Lairs, and 7 Hatcheries gone down as well. And not to mention 11 Widow Mines, 109 SCVs, 16 Hellions, 7 Hellbats, a single Viking, 1 Siege Tank, 262 Marines, 28 Battlecruisers, 64 Ravens, 17 Extractors, 2 Tech Labs, 5 other Tech Labs for other buildings, Fusion Core, Bunker, 62 Turrets, 1 Armory, 1 Engineering Base, 6 Starports, 1 Factory, 12 Racks, 7 Supply Depots. That's it? Oh yeah, he made a lot of command centers. 13 Planetary Fortresses. 4 going on 5 command centers. And 3 orbital commands. Blasted will take the game. It's over. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed.